when we talk about team, one of the things I've called you about before is chief of staff role, and you've given me some advice on that. You've written about EA roles. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think for me those two roles were at different times, but those two roles I think changed my way of operating, but maybe my personal life as well.
Oh my God,
Is
all of it.
having those.
Yeah, let me start with EA.
Mhm.
So Erica Mansfield's my EA for, thank God, for 8 years. And I think most CEOs realize like it's like the most important job. Like it's just, you get a good EA, hold on to her or him forever. And by the way, a lot of CEOs like they'll go to the next job and they'll bring that EA. And by the way, like
Yep.
sometimes I know some CEOs who literally, what if they've had some financial success, they literally personally pay for their EA in between the jobs to make sure she's not, or he is not going to get a new
Yeah.
job. So this is how important I was joked to on my team. I'm like, you know, I'm the second most important person in Gainsight. The most important person is Erica. If we ever need to like fire a whole bunch of people, make me the second to last person to be fired. Keep Erica; she can run it. And I think that each person what they need from their EA is unique. But I would just tell a CEO if you're like in a world of like frustrated with your EA or they're not great, you got to move on really quickly. And if they're really amazing, hold on to them with everything you got, every
Yes.
single resource. Pay them a lot of money, like everything. Treat them well. Give every single thing you can do for that EA. Do it.
So on the EA front, I mean, Erica, in your example, you've worked with her for so many years. I was talking to her about this podcast. She
Right.
basically could tell me everything you were going to say because she knows you so well. But how do you operate now, like in a day to day? Is there some cadence to, does she give you a document every morning that says this is what you have today? Is it just a flow that you're in? Is there
Yeah, here's a,
something?
here's a couple things that we do, and a lot of it's flow, like you said. One thing is actually color coding the calendar. It's huge. Like it actually, I have red is existing customers, like kind of blue is prospects, green is interviews,
Mm,
another kind of
mm,
color is internal meetings, and that actually is super helpful visually for me to just even know what's happening, and for Erica too, because there's certain things that we do for each one. For customers and prospects, there's kind of a prep process, right? For interviews, making sure the recruiter knows what's going on. So there's like a color coding has a huge effect for us.
mm.
Like I mentioned, there's a prep process. Over time, she knows, who to go to for different types of meetings that she needs to prep me on. It's not a document. It's actually all in the calendar. So like in an invite, there's like a double invite. For example, the one we're doing now, there's a second invite internal that has all the questions you were going to ask me as an example. So it's all
Got it.
like
Got it.
everything's in the calendar, which is real. And I love that. I don't go anywhere else. Don't have to go to a Google Doc or something. And then a lot, obviously we Slack like continuously all the time. Um, she's very good at all my people are good at all my cryptic responses. Often the response for efficiency is why, like yes. There's not even the effort of typing why yes. And I will say that that's actually really helpful. Is your EA and you have like a instant, immediate, and like low effort communication process so that he or she always knows what's going on. So obviously, sometimes it's text if it's more time sensitive. Yeah, I think one thing to also be really comfortable with is just having your EA just manage your life. Like just there's a lot of balancing, So on my calendar, it has like, my commitments to my kids or everything's there. And so that Erica will know, hey, yeah, Nick, you can't really fly this trip to Europe because you've got this thing going on,
Right. Right.
cancer recital, whatever it is, right? And so everything is there, and it's incredibly valuable.